Can I ask you a question? How good is your relationship with your stomach? I mean, like, how often do you go to poop? I know that sounds like the most stupid question I could be asking, but you know what? If I don't make it so explicit and say it, how often do you go for a long call? How often do you sit in the toilet seat and poop? Now, this is strange, but let me first bring myself to decency. My name is Magdalene Kamawotieno. I no longer frequently make videos, and no, it's none of anybody's business why I don't, because sometimes I don't like sharing something that is not important. But this is. Now, I asked again, how often do you poop? Good. For a long time, let me say about 2 years, except now maybe 2 months, a month ago, from a month backwards, for the last 2 years, I haven't been able to do the regular thing called pooping. I go to the toilet and I just go for a soft, short call and I get out. And you could say maybe it's what you are eating. And I could say maybe, maybe not. But how do you explain this? I leave my house, I go to someone else's house for a week, and I still have the same problem. I'm eating a totally different diet. I come back to my house, my home diet, and I'm still not pooping. It's exactly how do you explain this? I don't know. But this actually triggered my thinking. But something interesting happened recently. I happened to invite my parents over and they stayed with me for a week. Then I noticed that they had some kind of religious practice or something they do religiously every freaking morning. These guys, after their devotion, they come in and they come to the sitting room and they ask for specifics. I know under normal circumstances you think like chai, like tea and bread and something something. No, my parents would ask for something so particular, and that I have realized that it's just magical. There's a reason as to why they're way past their 70s and not having a problem going to the loo. As in, no problem pooping. Good. I know. I watch their bowel movements. I watch the number of times, like, I actually discussed with my mom how often she goes for a long call. I know, call me crazy, but this is normal. Everyone in my family has a normal bowel movement. They actually go to the toilet and poop. I was the only one who wasn't going through this. Of course, I tried doing them chicha, doing vegetables, and I'd eat, like, I make my vegetables or my skumas and I eat them for dinner or for lunch or something. Then I'd go to the loo and that would be it. Until when my parents came here and I noticed my system would work and then go off. Their systems were working even though they're way past 70. And I started watching. Then one, mom had told me when she came that she actually takes a veggie or fruit breakfast and then goes for the real breakfast. Now, you may not understand this, but there's a very big difference. Now, this is mom's breakfast, mom and dad's breakfast. They asked for a carrot, they asked for a tomato, they asked for a cucumber or something closer to it. They asked for an onion. And then they freaking asked for water. Yeah, I know, ordinary H2O. That was it. And I'm thinking, like, okay, guys, I understand the onion, tomato, I understand the tomato, the cucumber, and the carrots. I understand, but this dude, the onion, freaking, these guys actually cut half a carrot. Every one of them gets half a carrot, half a cucumber, or half a tomato, and half an onion. And they share, like, kila mtu, everyone gets half half. Now, this is a strange thing. They don't actually turn it into a salad. They actually chew it. And I thought, that's freaking impossible for me to chew this guy. The others I could try, but this is crazy. So after they left, I decided, you know what? I wouldn't. These guys have lived like past 70, like they're like way past 70, and the ball movements is like perfect. Shouldn't I also try this? I mean, it won't kill me. So I decided to try. After they left, the following week I decided. So I'll take my carrot, I'll take my tomato, I'll take cucumber, and I'll take the onion, and I'll chop them into a salad. And then I'll have this salad as religiously as they did theirs. Don't forget that dude who's making noise out there. But I noticed that because they were doing this like as the first meal, it probably was the reason as to why it was working. So the first time I didn't do it as the first meal, the system kind of woke up. But it shut like towards the end of the day. I was there feeling not bloated but heavy in the stomach. Like I have like a whole of dough made from white flour in my stomach. You know how ugly that can be? That's how I was feeling. And then had been a feeling like kind of was accustomed to. I thought it was my normal because like I'm way past the usual age. Okay, yeah, I'm 41 and looking sweet. Forget about it. But honestly, I started doing that salad, and then I thought, mom and dad used to do this and take it before tea. So they would do this veggie salad, chewing them as whole as possible, and then they would wait for about 2 hours and then now take the tea. So I decided, you know what, what's the biggie? I decided to do that. So I'd have my salads and then I'd wait an hour and then I'd try it again. I mean, I'll go back now to my tea and the likes. Of course, there are many things I've had to take off my list, like sodas and the likes. But let me tell you what, going to the loo is so important. It makes you feel so light, maybe because that SHIT word gets out of your system. But I can assure you it has worked for me for the last 1 month. Now, of course, there are times that I'm not able to take my salads ahead. But there's one thing I know for sure. You take your carrot, you take your tomato, you take your cucumber, you take your onion, slice them or dice them, and have them. Even if you're going to have them with your breakfast, I can tell you this. I have seen my system freaking open, and I think you, if you're struggling through, you're struggling through the day because maybe you've not been able to go for a long call, you've not been able to poo. I think you should actually freaking try this because if you don't try this, can you imagine how you're gonna feel? Okay.